It's hard to believe I'm walking through the ruins of the first ever city, because I'm not. That's in Iraq, which is miles away, and fucking dangerous. But the remains of it look pretty much like...
Okay, Mrs. Puff, what's my final score?
6.
Woo! And how many do I need to pass?
6.
Ooh.
100.
What?
Saw this crocheted headband at Aerie today and it made me curious. Could you crochet this yourself? And if you did and sold it, would you charge $12.95? Just saying.
Money, days been kinda lonely. You're gone and I gotta stay. I try so hard and got so far.
On one side, perfection. Another side, perfection. Third side, perfection.
I never taught you how to be a real man. Would you hold it down and take it if I gave you a chance? Need the reassurance, baby, not a silly romance. Yes, I'm used to being disappointed.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow.
Yeah.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we've no control. If the sky is big and wide, if the ground.
People who crochet, especially people who crochet a lot of granny squares, what do you make with your granny squares? I made a lot. I made 78 of these granny squares. And my plan was to make like a gigantic blanket. I don't want a blanket anymore. But I have so many granny squares. And then I have almost 80 of these little ones. What can I make? They've just been in a bag for over a year and I don't know what to make with them. If you have any suggestions on what to make with granny squares, please let me know.
This is how you count a lot of stitches without losing your mind. You need something to write with, or you can also use your phone. You start by counting 5 stitches 2 times, and that's 1. It is 10, but we're just gonna remove the 0 so it's easier to look at. And you're just gonna continue putting 5 stitches between your fingers 2 times and then write out a number. And when you have less than 10 stitches, for example, for this strap, I need to have 127. So I just count 7 and put that behind the 12, and that would look like 127. It's also very easy to recount your stitches. You just repeat the same steps and circle the numbers that you have already written for the first time counting. This makes it so much faster because you're counting 10 stitches at once instead of every stitch, and you won't have to be so stressed out about keeping it in your mind and being really concentrate when you're counting. I hope this was helpful. Now go have fun.
Can we talk about how running a business, being a student alongside creating content can be very overwhelming sometimes? This evening was carol service in my school and I knew I had to crochet something for the carol, so I decided to make a cherry granny square art with the colors that represent Christmas, of course. I started making the art this morning and it wasn't easy because I was trying to meet up with the time and I was also trying to show the various processes of me making it. I made 5 granny squares and I attached them to each other. I also made the cherry charms which I will be attaching to the art, and this is the end result. And I'm so glad it came out nice and pretty. I had to make the ruffles off camera because I crocheted it in class actually. And here I was done with my class and I was getting ready for the service. I was on my way to the service here And also, I would like to tell you all that I'll be dropping the tutorial on the ruffle beanie I posted on my page last week soon due to many requests. Yeah, I was back in the hostel and I was trying to video the arts to show you how it looks on my head. With that being said, that's it guys. Thanks for watching.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's in here?
Crocheters, have y'all been keeping up with this drama going off the 6-day star blanket? Because I have. My whole For You page is filled with the 6-day star blanket. It's like, oh yeah, I did the 6-day star blanket, and then the next one's like, like this happened with the 6-day star blanket. Like, people are tripping out, and I can't understand why. I haven't done the 6-day star blanket, but can somebody in the comments explain it to me? And then a girl on my For You page was talking about how a girl stole another girl's pattern for the 6-day star blanket and posted it everywhere on TikTok, and now it's a whole big feud going on, and like she can't do that, and it's like copyrighted. Like, oh my gosh, my brain's exploded. But if the original owner created the pattern, posted a tutorial on YouTube, and also like wrote out the written pattern, it's kind of her work, I'm not gonna lie. And if you post it, then like it is copyrighted. But guys, I love drama. Like, I don't even like drama, but like this kind of drama is intriguing to me because like what is going on? Like all the crocheters on my For You page are just bickering back and forth, and it is so entertaining. But on a real note, how are y'all 6-day star blankets turning out? Are they good? What are your reviews like of them? Do you think the pattern is easy? Because I want to know. I might make a 6-day star blanket over Christmas break, and I don't want to waste my time if it's too hard.
A silent review of all my different crochet hooks.
How to crochet for complete beginners. You're going to need yarn and a crochet hook. I have a 5.5mm one because that's what matches up with my yarn. To start, you're going to need to create a slip knot, which is basically putting your pointer finger through the yarn, twisting it, and then putting your thumb through the loop and pulling the tail end of the yarn. This will create an opening for your crochet hook. So put the hook in and pull the tail of the yarn tight. Next, we need to learn how to hold the yarn. So what I do is I wrap my pinky and then my pointer finger around and hold the tail of the yarn, and I do this like I'm cutting wood. To chain, I wrap the hook over, under, and through the loop. Again, that's over, under, and pull through. And if it seems hard to get the yarn through the loop, that might be because it is too tight. So try to hold your yarn a little looser. A key to crocheting is practice, so make sure to practice chaining until you feel comfortable with it. And once you feel comfortable with chaining, we can start our next round of stitches. You're going to find the previous loop that you chained, and you are going to put your crochet hook through that chain. You're going to pull the yarn over through that one chain, so you're going to have 2 loops on your chain, and then you're going to pull over again through those 2 loops so you have 1 left. Watch that again if you need to, but do it until the end of the row. At the end of the row, you're always going to chain 1 and turn your work. The stitch I chose to do was a single crochet, but there are many other stitches that you can practice and experiment with. And there are probably much better tutorials on YouTube of how to crochet, but please let me know if this one was helpful.
If you want to crochet a sweater that you will actually wear, let me introduce you to the Comfort Cardigan. This is the dreamiest, softest, coziest cardigan that you will ever wear. I designed this last winter and I wore it so much last year, and I've been getting even more wear out of it this year. This is truly my most worn crochet piece that I've ever made. Just scroll through my TikTok and I wear this in so many of my TikToks because it is just the perfect, coziest cardigan ever. It is so insanely oversized, but because it uses super bulky yarn, it works up like so fast. I made this in just about a few weeks, I think, but it is the coziest thing. I wear this so much at home. I'm actually scared to wear it outside because I'm scared that something will happen to it. But here's the secret to this cardigan and to this being the coziest cardigan ever. You need to crochet it with a blown yarn. So for example, I used We Crochet Wonder Fluff, so it does not have the traditional ply of a normal yarn. And I forget the fiber content. I will have to look that up. I will put it in the comments, but you need to crochet this with a blown yarn because it will make all the difference in making this the lightest, fluffiest cardigan. It's literally like wearing a blanket. I love it so much. Free crochet pattern for this cardigan is available on my blog. Of course, I'm so biased, but this is truly the coziest thing you will ever put on your body.